On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype. We make it take flight.
Yeah, man, my viewers and subscribers, what GvN, a blessed and wonderful Monday morning to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now, my peeps, I don't know how we do it over on this side each and every morning. We have to give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator for the preservation of life, because life is indeed the greatest. So in the morning, my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we are going in Jamaica. So watch this now, my peeps. We have an exclusive type of story where I will be focusing on a particular criminal element that hails from Bogue in the troubled, war-torn, crime-riddled St. James Police Division. The St. James Police Division over the years have produced some of Jamaica's most ruthless criminal elements ever to be seen on the shores of our dearly beloved island home, Jamaica. The St. James Police Division has held the title of the most murderous police division in the entire Jamaica. Jamaica has 19 police divisions, if memory serves me correct, and the St. James Police Division over the years have kept the title of the most murderous. Now, this criminal element here is one of the most slick ones that has somehow managed to elude the long arms of the law. He has spent many of times behind bars and has also been dragged before the courts many times for various different types of criminal activities that he has engaged in the past. But because of his strong connections, one, the fear factor of the regular members of Chan Public, two, and even the fear factor of other criminal elements in and around the St. James space, three, has allowed him to always walk free from whatsoever crime he was brought before the court for. So this criminal element is not just a regular little old dirty corner boy, but a top tier corner boy in the Mobile badness. Now, the criminal element that I'm speaking about is presently on your screen. He has since been identified as RAMON CLARKE, but more popularly known in the criminal underworld as Joe, and some may even call him Anjopang. Yeah, man. Now, I could delve deep into who is this criminal element here presently on your screen. Now, he is very much well connected to the criminal underworld in Glendevon, in Salt Spring, and even in the Norwood community, the section of Norwood controlled by the Jamal man, them, the so-called Duns Thugs. He's well connected in these communities. And not just well connected, but also feared. Because they all have to seek him to help them in whatsoever capacity that may happen. They all seek his assistance one way or the other. So these criminal elements sees RAMON CLARKE or Joe or Anjopang, as they may call him, not just as a tapnakis and clappis that is to be feared, but also one that they need to have in their corner. Now Joe, or Anjapang, as you all call him, has two main nakis and clappies where him always a work with over the years. But me could first talk about this one presently on your screen, identified as Jaja, but his birth name is David Tellwell. I covered an extensive vlog on David Tellwell and how he met his demise and the type of criminal element that he was before he was taken out by criminal elements of a lesser stature than he was. So if you need to go watch the vlog there, please go do so you can get a better understanding of who David Tellwell was and his connection with the criminal underworld and how he met his demise. Now, David Tellwell, otherwise known as Jaja, is said to be the man that groomed Joe or Anjapang in the business, because Anjapang abad for approximately about 18 to 19 years thereabout, because he's in his late 30s and he rose to prominence in the latter part of his teenage years, so about 18, 19 years old. Now, Jaja was one of his real close soldiers, a noted nakis and clappis in the place. But we'll speak further on Jaja further on in the story. Now, the next criminal element, who is a close associate of Anjapang, or Joe as you call him, is this criminal element here, presently on your screen, identified as Janipe. Yeah, man. Janipe is from Ramble Hill in Bogue, a top nakis and clappis in the thing. Janipe, however, get caught up sometime last year and kind of now move so physically well right now. So I'm kind of more dormant upon the nakis and clappis side of things. Now, I could do some history. I could take a step back a little bit in history so I can get a full and better understanding of who this criminal element really is. RAMON CLARKE, otherwise known as Joe or Anjapang. He's not just a regular nakis and clappis, nor he's not just a scammer, but he is also a major player in the arms trade in the parish of St. James. Now, who remember as far back as in May of 2018 when the police found these arsenal of weapons presently on your screen? Now, I'm going to read from the article that was put out in the paper. Well, on RJR, to be more specific. Now, the article reads that 9 firearms and hundreds of rounds of ammunition was seized in Bogue Hill, St. James during an increased police military operation. The police stated that 8 firearms was seized on one day and another found just hours basically after. Now, the police stated that the 8 firearms that was seized in Bogue Hill was seized along with 310 rounds of ammunition. And then the single firearm that was found with 100 rounds of ammunition. Same place in Bogue Hill, Ramble. And that took place about 9:25 a.m. in the morning. On your screen is the firearms that was seized. A Mach 11 submachine gun, 2 Glock pistols and a .38 revolver. Those were seized the day before. And searches was conducted in the bushes, basically in the vicinity of the Bogue Hill Primary School, which led to the discovery of these set of weapons now presently on your screen. which is 4 M16 rifles, 5 magazines, 4 police and military ballistic vests were seized in that particular era. Those ammunition and firearm that was seized belongs to this criminal element here, Ramon Clarke, otherwise known as Joe or Anjopang in the streets. As I stated earlier, he is one of the criminal elements who is heavily involved in the illegal armed trades in the St. James Police Division. He was put behind bars for 5 different knockings and clappings, which resulted in the loss of life of many. He was behind bars and jointly charged with the criminal element identified as Jaja. Yeah, man. They both were set free, of course. Now I could take another step back down memory lane. Who remember this criminal element here, presently on your screen, identified as O'Shane Duhaney, but more popularly known as Ganda or Gandhi in the streets? One of the long-standing and reputed gang leader for the Waltermees gang in Mobile St. James. He got taken out in a hail of bullets by unknown assailants in the parish of St. Ann. And who remember when Ganda or Gandhi was being buried and violence erupted at his funeral? Now, who you think was behind Gandhi's knockings and clappings? Of course, the criminal element identified as Anjopang, because Ganda or Gandhi was a strong man in the thing, so to speak. And as you all know, there is no loyalty among thieves. And he was also there when O'Shane Duhaney, aka Gandhi, was taken out in a hail of bullets by criminal elements. He was the one that plotted and orchestrated the knockings and clappings of Gandhi. And then, in a most presumptuous way, he attended the funeral pretending as if he had nothing to do with Gandhi's knockings and clappings. Hence the reason why all hell broke loose at Gandhi's funeral. Yeah, man. Now I'm going to play a little clipping for you, so you can get a better understanding of what I will be speaking on. Now just look on the screen and you will most definitely see John Hype running after the criminal element identified as Anjopang get a can in him face. Yeah, man. Watch and see where I go on.
How go on up, brother?
Now, as you can see, my peeps, that John Hype and Anjopang, or Joe as them call him, run from the funeral procession after can beat and then pick up a one can in him face. Yeah, man. So when you understand the seriousness of what I'm speaking about. Now, back to the other top tier criminal element that him always roll with side to side who lost his life. That a Jaja. Now, Jaja was on the scene. And Jaja disarmed the criminal element, we can him up and used the firearm and took the life of the criminal element that can up Anjopang. Yeah, man. So a whole heap of things that youth are involved in, a whole heap of things him go on with. And I'm pretty sure many of you, the regular members of Chan Public out there, are going to refute the claim and say, no, this is a decent citizen of the community. Is a businessman and entrepreneur and all sort of things, because uno may a gain from the ill-getting gains that he has acquired over the years. Now he has an arch enemy, one that was always featured on the spot news media when he was basically the talk of the town in the criminal underworld. We are talking about this criminal element he identified as Fox on your screen. Now, he was the one strategically behind Fox and Fame friend them of a basically run out a ramble and take on themselves because of the fear factor that he put on them. He also have some upcoming Nakis and Clappis. And because of Janipes incident where him get caught up and not too active in the criminal underworld no more, he has another criminal element that lack the strap them theme right now. And that criminal element is present on your screen, identified as Pim Pim. Yeah, man. Now, Pim Pim lives on the train line section of Ramble Hill. So Pim Pim is the new and rising sensation, the new Nakis and Clappis basically upon the block, who is most definitely heavily respected because of who he is associated with. Some of St. James' top artists definitely pay homage to this brother here. Alone respect because of the fear factor that him drive in a them. Yeah, man. And some of the most feared criminal elements look up to this criminal element here because of his connections within the ranks of the JCF, sad to say. And also his strong connections with the business community. He has managed to elude going to prison for years upon years after committing so many different atrocities. So many mothers have cried upon them belly because their sons has lost their lives, whether directly to the hands of the criminal element RAMON CLARKE or because of the influences that he has over other criminal elements who he sends to do his dirty work. And as I stated earlier, he has the connections of Salt Spring, Glen Devon, and certain other sections of Norwood, St. James. Now, him have two more little hothead, we would have call hot foot, we are come up in the thing right now. One of them goes by the name of Ding, and the other one goes by the name of Red Label. Both of them are the two new stinger in the place. So you, the regular members of Chan Public, for those who is from that particular era, would definitely know who On The Spot News Media is speaking of. And for those who is not, be on the lookout for them two criminal elements there. As I stated, Ding and Red Label. I'm trying to ascertain a picture for these criminal elements so the regular members of Chan Public can definitely know who I'm speaking about. Now, RAMON CLARKE, otherwise known as Joe or Andropang, most definitely one of the most feared and respected top-tier criminal elements in the St. James Police Division space. Even the infamous Ramos from out of Waltham fears this criminal element. Even your favorite artist known as Quash fears this criminal element. Even a so-called artist that I spoke about in recent vlogs on this program, Rhyme Minister, and others fear this criminal element. So this criminal element, my peeps, is most definitely one that the criminal justice system, which comprises of the courts, members of the JCF and members of the JDF, need to pay close attention to and seek to take him off our nation's streets. He's not just a regular dirty corner boy, not just a regular scammer, not just a regular Nakis and Clappis, but one of the criminal elements who is heavily invested in the illegal arms trade in the St. James Police Division and the wider cross-section of Western Jamaica. Yeah, man. So anyway, my peeps, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscast. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.